Okay, what's up, YouTube? This is Michael coming at you. You can see I'm out on a bicycle ride right now. Kind of, this is my first one that I've actually successfully completed. So, anyways, uh, I'm going to put this on Goodbye USA. So, well, good morning. It is Friday morning over here in Cambodia. And hello, goodbye USA. Like I said, this is the first one that I have ever done audio over. So if I make any mistakes, I'm sorry right now. I appreciate you guys watching this. Um, like I said, I'm on my bicycle. I'm heading back home. You guys can see. You guys can see what I see, right? You see everybody selling something alongside the road. They got some pretty big sized trucks. So I got to be careful when I'm riding my bicycle, right? Obviously, I don't want to get hit by one of those trucks. It wouldn't be a good thing. Wouldn't be a good thing for anybody, but especially a 67-year-old man. And you see, there goes somebody riding a little cart, and they're selling stuff on that cart. People that ride around like that in those little carts, selling things, it's pretty easy. If they don't sell anything, they don't eat. Okay, maybe they can eat whatever they're selling on their cart. I don't know. I don't really know how that right there works. But like I said, I'm heading back home. I can tell by the scenery. You guys can see all the little shops along the sides. And I just going by a school. There was a school right there on the right. It's called All Nations School, but they only have Cambodian teachers, but it's all nations, right? Well, there's more than one nation in the world, so anyways, but you guys can see there's a lot of big trucks. The motos go around the trucks, the cars, those little carts. I got to kind of keep my head on a swivel, man. Okay. I'll let you guys look at the scenery. I'll let you guys decide whether or not you think it's I don't know. Like I said, you can see by the scenery around me, it's not the cleanest place. Okay? It's definitely not the cleanest place. Okay, you guys can look at that. That's a wood recycling place where they take pallets apart and try to make new pallets, and they take wood and chop it up into something. I don't know what they're doing. I'm going underneath a overpass. This overpass was the only freeway that they have in Cambodia. It goes from Phnom Penh, the capital, down to the sea. It is a toll road, so only cars are allowed on it. Cars and pickups and some smaller trucks, but no big trucks are allowed on that road because they will tear it up. It was built by the Chinese. If you look at the road I'm getting ready to go on right now, it's pretty rough. The reason I have to do the voiceover is because the road sound is so terrible. Okay? There's a lot of sound outside, you guys, from these big trucks. Look at the road, man. Look at the potholes in the road. Okay? Now, I'm coming up over here to a man that stands there all the time. And let's see if he's going to be there today. I think he's going to be there. Yep. Okay. What he does is he's handicapped. You can see his foot is turned off to the side. He's an old man. He probably doesn't have any other way to make a living. And what he does is he stands there on the road and he fills in this pothole that is so deep. You see, he's got like some kind of a tool, and people stop and just give him. He holds out his hat. You can see his foot right there. He holds out his hat. He knows me very well. I usually stop and give him, I don't know. I usually give him like a 4,000 or 5,000 real, which is like $1.25. Okay, you see, he has his little hat out there, and he uses that. You see his leg. You can see his foot right there is messed up, man. He would have a hell of a time working. I would imagine he doesn't have any other skills than what he does. But the road right there, used to be cement at one time, and it's just broken open, and they just throw dirt inside, or he does. He puts dirt inside so people don't have to go over these big, massive holes, and he holds his head out. And like I said, I always give him a little bit of money, not very much, right? Maybe $1, $1.25. And every time I see him, I go past and I give him something. Anyways, now I'm back on the road, right? I put my hand in front of the camera to make sure it's still working. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, this is like a road that goes back behind the subdivision that I live in. Okay. You guys can see right now. I don't need to tell you. You're going to come up on here soon. You're going to start seeing. See, they put all these rocks along the side of the road so people don't set up these little roadside businesses. You see all those rocks on the left? That's why they put them there. They don't want people going in there and starting a business because they just will. They'll just pop up a little place. I'll show you down the road a little bit more. Okay, this guy, I know he doesn't own the land, but all of a sudden, he just built himself like a little shack. Okay, and now he sells stuff out of his little shack, right? I don't know whose land it is. I have no clue. Okay, and you guys can see all the rubbish, right? There's just piles of rubbish every place. And when it gets so big, when the piles of rubbish get so big, you see they set them on fire. And if you look at the fence, where the burn marks are, people piled up rubbish on the fence, and then all of a sudden, somebody, I don't know who it is, they go by and they pour petrol or something on it, and they set it on fire. Okay? Smoke is just rolling off, plastic. I don't know what's in that piles of rubbish. It's probably not good for the environment. I don't know where, what's her name, Greta Thunberg's at? I don't know. Where's all the environmentalists in these third world countries, man? They don't exist. Okay? You guys can see coming up over here. Okay? I'm going to show you. Okay? This is what they do. People will find a little spot. If you look on to the right, you're going to see like a little house thing right there. Okay? He just set up a little spot. That's where he lives. And I don't know whose land that is. I have no clue. Maybe it's his land, but I don't think so. Okay? You guys can see the rubbish everywhere. They're making a wall because they're going to make more houses. They can't sell the houses that they've already made. Okay? There's so many houses and properties for sale over here in Cambodia. But they don't understand supply and demand. Okay? Now they have to continue to build these houses because it's part of their economy. Okay? Tourism is down 50% because of prices of everything. Okay? Coming up here on the left, well, you guys can see you guys are going to see some potholes in the road, man. Okay? Coming up over here on the left is a diesel and storage facility. Okay? They store diesel there. All right, you guys can see the holes in the road. They store diesel over there on the left. It's right near the train tracks. So what they do is they pull these big tanker trucks on the train down here, and then they pump it out into those big storage tanks. Now you see they're coming up on the train tracks. There's a truck right there waiting to get fueled up. Right there, you can see to the left. Right, those trucks are waiting to get filled up with fuel to take out to sell. Okay, there's no hazmat stickers. A lot of times they don't even have any lights that work on the tail lights. No nothing, man. Okay, coming up here is a train track. Okay, they have somebody that lives in there's like a little house thing alongside the train track, and he's the one that sets that stop sign down so people don't go around the train or when the train's coming. Okay, you guys look at the road, man. Okay, that's why I have to come back and do a voiceover, because there's so many potholes in this road right here. It looks like at one time it was cement, but the cement has long gone, and it's just full of potholes for the bicycle. I mean, just absolutely full. Okay, so anyways, like I said, this is a road behind the subdivision I live in. It's a road that I ride on a bicycle. I would, I used, like I said, I will take my car down that road because I can see in the daytime. But when it rains over here at night, you have no idea how deep those potholes can get. Okay? And when they're full of water, if you ride in one of those potholes with your car, man, it will rip the bottom of your car out. Okay? So, as you see me going all over the road, it's because I'm trying to avoid the potholes on my bicycle, on my mountain bike, even though I got shocks. There's a big old pothole right there. You just saw it, right? Okay? And when it gets into rainy season, wherever you see the water, that's some really, look at that road right there, man. That's some tore up stuff right there. Okay? That is some hella tore up stuff right there. Okay? So, anyways, you guys can see the road. It's really bad. Here comes another set of really bad potholes that I have to go through. That's what people have to drive their cars and their motos over, so it tears the bottom of them up. Okay? I drive my bicycle down this road, but at nighttime, on these kinds of roads, I will not drive because you can see right here, look at that. Okay? You ride into one of those potholes and it rips the bottom of your car out, tears a hole in your oil pan, man. You're going to be in some serious trouble. Okay. Now, you guys can't smell it and you can't really see it, but on the right, there's like a big ditch, okay, where all those trees and all the rest of that is. That is where people's sewage runs into, okay? That's like a sewage, like an open sewage ditch, okay? They're not hooked up to any kind of city sewer system. They just run it into the ditch, open sewage. Okay, probably not good for the environment. It's definitely not good for the smell. I wish I could put a smell deal on on YouTube, let you guys smell what it smells like. Okay, it is foul because it's hot and it's open sewage. So, but anyways, I'm riding my bicycle by. It's just this is one of the roads one of the routes that I choose because the road is fairly decent. Okay. Coming up down here, getting a little bit closer. You guys see people just riding around selling stuff on these little carts, motos, no helmets, no nothing. It just, there's rules here, but nobody really follows the rules, man. Okay. They just don't. Okay. They just kind of, everybody here just kind of does whatever they want to do, man. It's good for freedom, I guess, because you can just build anything you want, anytime you want, and there's no building codes. You don't have to be a licensed contractor. You can just say you're a contractor. Now, on the left, you see that big building? That stores ammonia. That building is full of ammonia. Okay? Sometimes, I don't know what they do, but you go outside near that building and the ammonia is so strong, it will just burn your eyes. I have no idea. It's got a warning sign on it, and I use Translate on my phone, and it's got a, skull and crossbones. It says danger, ammonia. Anyways, coming up over here to the end of this road right here, okay? You guys can see it's coming up to the end of the road, and it okay, thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe, man. Thank you guys. This is my first one, so if I made any mistakes, I'm sorry. All right. Thank you guys for watching. All right. Coming up